Tinubu has assured Nigerians that 2026 will be a more prosperous year for all. Tinubu stated this in his New Year message on Thursday, adding that his administration would sustain the momentum on his major reforms. Tinubu said that the focus in 2026 will be on consolidating the gains and continuing to build a resilient, sustainable, inclusive, and growth-oriented economy. According to him, Nigeria closed 2025 on a strong note, as despite the policies to fight inflation, it's recorded a robust GDP growth each quarter, with annualized growth expected to exceed 4% for the year. Tinubu explained that the nation maintained a trade surpluses and achieved greater exchange rate stability, while inflation declined steadily and reached below 15% in line with his administration's target. He said these and more during his Christmas message to Nigerians. This is what we're talking about today. We're having some technical issues. Just like his fault right now, so we can't play the usual stuffs we play on this show. But the show must go on. So that's why we're here to continue with our show, Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Solomon Ofem. You can follow me on IG at Solofem1 and on Twitter or X at Solofem. Joining me to help analyze this is Tunde Kolawole. He's a current affairs analyst and, of course, a legal practitioner. Barrister Kolawole, thank you very much for joining us on Matters today.
Yeah, good afternoon, my brother. Yeah. And let me quickly say Happy New Year to all the good people of Nigeria and abroad, all over the world who are listening to us this afternoon.
Happy New Year to you too. So I'm sure you watched or listened or read the president's message that President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What stood out for you in his Christmas message?
Let me quickly say about 4 things attracted my attention in that speech. But before I address those issues, let me quickly talk about a few technical issues with regard to that speech. Since Mr. President when he became governor of Lagos State, we understood and watched and noticed that he doesn't like very long and very lengthy speeches and what have you. Okay. And so while as governor, I think he was able to identify somebody in the Lagos Ministry of Information who tries the kind of speeches he loves to read. Short, concise, and articulate, and capturing all the essential details. Now some of these speeches that read like an encyclopedia and will begin to ramble about. It's not impossible that same person is being taken to Abuja and working with his preparation speeches. The speech is a very good one, very nice and very articulate, without leaving out any details, yet very, very brief. And then, a New Year message is not a time to start looting people with all manners of statistics and figures and what as regards your performance. You just want to greet them, you want to congratulate them, you want to wish them Happy New Year. So technically speaking, the speech is a very, very beautiful one. Now to the issue that the content of the speech this time, or even before I address the content, you should remember too that speeches also have their own politics. And we saw a little bit of politics and speeches during Dr. Goodluck Jonathan's era. You will remember Dr. Goodluck Jonathan's press secretary at one time when he was there wrote a speech which Dr. Ruben Abati, I think, criticized in one of his opinion articles in the Guardian newspaper, which I think he titled that opinion article, the speech Goodluck should have written, or the speech he shouldn't have written thereabout. And Dr. Goodluck took notice of what Ruben said in that opinion article, and later reshuffled his publicity unit to a bureau sacked the chief press secretary and brought in Dr. Ruben Apati as head of that unit. The implication of that is that the speeches can sometimes enhance you or even cost you your job if you are not very careful. The next question we might want to ask is, did Dr. Gulo Jonathan do better or wrote things that are different than what the first press secretary was writing at that point? No, I didn't notice any more different. And it should be noted that when we have gone, like I said, there are so many things in the media, so many things, so many information at your disposal. Which most times security, supporting security reasons, and political issues and what have you not allow you to. So you didn't perform better than the previous chief executive piece. Generally speaking, he got appointed as chief executive, started writing those speeches and all that. That raises a lot of moral issues, a lot of moral questions. You criticize your colleague who was removed and then you offer the job and then you take it. So that is left to him to wrestle with in the circumstance. Look, so the content now, when we look at it, about 4 issues are in there. The president is still hammering on his desire to alleviate poverty and all that. He is desirous of taking care of security to ensure that Nigerian people could sleep with all their eyes closed without having to worry that somebody will catch on them and then take their lives and all that. And of course, too, just like you said, he talked about the intervention of the American president in the security challenges that we have at hand here in Nigeria. I want to start with that. The intervention of the American country and all that. But honestly speaking, I felt I'm not comfortable with the kind of acceptance, with the kind of praise or with the kind of acceptance and praise of intervention of the American people. Why do I say this? I honestly believe that the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Security Forces, the police, the army, the navy, and what have you, the air force, civil defense, forest guards, and what have the capacity to really deal with the challenges that we have in the area of the security, if they are given the necessary apparatus to really do their work. Secondly, when other countries begin to come to your country and then begin to intervene the way America is intervening, the sovereignty of your nation is now being questioned. Your independence as a nation is now at stake and what have you. And this is not the first time that the American people will come and do this. And then will now begin to congratulate or begin to thank them for what they have done. You remember there was a time one of their citizens was kidnapped in the Niger Republic, I think, and brought to Nigeria. They came in quietly and to rescue that person and left without their soldiers, without their aeroplanes or attack helicopters and all that. Being picked up by any of the leaders that we have all over the country. That was a slap on our face as a nation and then the desperation of our sovereignty as a people. Also remember that when the British were leaving Nigeria in 1960 as independent, they tried to make us sign a kind of Anglo-Nigerian defense pact in which our defenses and all that it will tie to the front chain of the British nation. And then you find out that the Nigerians today, and then the people rose against that kind of idea and said they didn't want to go. If it has happened, it has been signed, if it has become a binding treaty between Nigeria and others, we will have found ourselves in the same position in which most third countries later find themselves, in which they cannot take anything, in which they cannot do anything, in which they cannot protect themselves without approval from France. That is the kind of umbilical cord that would have been woven between Nigeria and Britain. And that is what we are waging now. Unfortunately, you and I now see that the French-speaking country are now severely that unruly umbilical cord. Also remember that General Mohamed, when he was Minister of State, I think he was in the United Nations of the African Union or whatever. When he delivered a speech entitled Africa has come of age, and we want all the foreign powers and war to stay away for meddling in our internal affairs. If you have had this long history of independence, jealously guiding our sovereignty and all that, why would we not be tolerating the kind of thing, the kind of meddlesomeness that the American people are now doing in Nigeria? Also, remember, America went to Afghanistan. They were randomly defeated. They went to Iran, they didn't win. They went to Iraq, they didn't win. They went to Libya, they messed up that country. Libya is now in Qatar, a country that was swimming honey and milk and water. Look at what they have reduced Libya to. And even during the World War, go and read the history of the World War. It wasn't America that won the World War. Even though they detonated how to drop atomic bomb on Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So it was basically the Soviet army led by Stalin that fought entered Germany and then some of these other places and all that. And we were partly responsible for the victory of the Allied power during the Second War. So for me, there's nothing to be proud about with regard to the American intervention in the Nigerian security environment. Rather, it is a derogation of sovereignty, which I think the president shouldn't be proud of.
I'm sure a number of Nigerians will not like that comment, considering that the Nigerian security architecture had been overwhelmed for years. And so, because lots of Nigerians have been applauding the fact that the U.S. came to throw that bomb in Sokoto or wherever they did, because it's been obvious that the Nigerian security architecture have been overwhelmed. People have been killed on a daily basis.
I don't think so.
So how do you explain the killings that goes on daily basis if you don't think the Nigerian security architecture had been overwhelmed?
Very, very unfortunate, I agree with you. But the challenges I think that the Nigerian security forces have is that of motivation. Motivation is one. That of the right equipment to do the needful is a second thing. The behavior of the average Nigerian politician of the political class also doesn't overwhelm for the kind of challenges that we have in our hands as a nation.
Which is exactly why Nigerians are happy that the U.S. came in, because you've mentioned...
You don't cut your nose in order to spite yourself. Mr. Friend, when you cut your nose to spite yourself, then you are indirectly hurting yourself. Secondly, there is this saying which Chief Obasanjo popularized that if you have a dog which beats your visitor or your neighbor, you now go ahead and start plucking out the teeth of your dog. So that when an intruder, a burglar, visits your house, your dog will no longer have teeth with which to bite or to scare away or to confront the burglar that has invaded your territory. What I think we should do is to really empower the Nigerian security forces to do the needful. Look at how many years we have been talking about state police. Look at how many years. And not till now, if you're on the drawing board, you've not been able to do anything precisely about that and what have you. Look at the way drones are now have become a weapon, a very lethal weapon of fighting all over the world today and all that. Is Nigeria very active in the area of drones? Look at the recent war between Israel, Palestinians, and then the Lebanese and all the other places and all that. So most times the Israeli people didn't even have to leave their country before they start dropping bombs and missiles on Iran, on Iraq, on Iran and war. The technology has changed, and we must change it out. We train our soldiers, give them the modern equipment that they require. Look at the technology. There is no what we call cyber war in which a computer can be stationed in one place and then some buttons will be manipulated. And then all your armories, all your weapons, storage and all that will go on fire. Will explode into fire without you training any bomb or any missile.
After all the empowerment, after buying all the drills and all the weaponry, at the end of the day, I'm not sure.
Which weapon you have been bought?
At the end of the day,
no,
let's imagine the federal government provided all these. At the end of the day, I don't think the ordinary Nigerians trust in the political will of this government to fight insecurity if they really want to.
Now you are talking.
Which is where they are happy that that a third party is coming into the discussion, because at the end of the day, the architecture can only do as much as the government want him to, because we've had different allegations where security personnel have arrested some of these people, and then they get a call, and then these people are being released, and then we now get to hear abstract news that these people have been arrested and they've been charged to court. Arrested? Where were they arrested? Where are the evidence? Where are the pictures that they have been arrested? Oh, they've been charged to court. And charged to court? What court? How come we journalists don't even have news of the fact that these people have been charged to court, other than a statement from the presidency? And these are some of the issues why Nigerians are happy that a third party like the US came in, whether we like it or not, whether it violates our sovereignty or not. The situation is the federal government has put themselves in this situation where outside forces have to come in to do their job for them.
What America has come here to do, in my humble opinion, is just a mere Rambo game, which they cannot win. And you stay somewhere and then kill one bomb or two into certain places, and the place catch fire, and you think that you are doing a decisive job. Look at what has happened in Kwara State, for example. The bomb that was said to have been dropped at the American Army Air Force in Kwara State. The bomb was said to have landed in some furniture factories in Ofa, in Kwara State. And now do know the insurgency of the bandits in Kwara State. It's not taking place in Onu or area of Kwara State. It's basically in the Domino area, and also part of Kogi State and all that. I mean, they have destroyed some furniture shops in those places. The bandits and insurgents and kidnappers have their places in furniture factories and all that. Invariably, the collateral damages that will occur in that kind of an area will be far higher than the benefit of what the American people are pretending to be doing in Nigeria and whatever. If they were that good, why were they able to defeat the Taliban army in Afghanistan and whatever? Why were they able to defeat them? I'm not saying they will not be helpful. If you use them on the level of advice, on the level of technicality, especially to locate and all that, and providing intelligence and whatever, that might be useful. But for them to come in practically and begin to do the battle themselves from the air, not on ground, because I doubt where they will ever be able to put their boots on the ground here in Nigeria. If they dare put their boots on the ground here in Nigeria, I have a feeling that most of them will be returning home in body bags and whatever. So don't let us use the pains of the present moment to mortgage the entire future. I mean, the future of the country as a whole. Because as it may, our time is on. Let me also talk to a few other areas, which is poverty allegations, and then infrastructural development, and what have you. For me, there isn't anything new at all with those areas in which the president mentioned. The GDP is going up, inflation is coming down.
I think that's where the politics comes in, because I mean, exactly. As far as ordinary Nigerians are concerned, there are no gains being consolidated here. Exactly.
So these are things we have been hearing since the president came in. There's no doubt about it that some achievements have been made. I observe personally too, even without the statistics coming from the federal field of the statistics. Because I mean, we all go to the market and notice the price of certain items have really dropped. But it's still a far cry from what it used to be.
I'm sorry, price of what? Because I go to the market too. I've now seen price of a single thing dropping.
I remember some a year and a half ago, just one single tuber of yam buying it for 5,000 naira and what have you. And you can get to the market now and get a tuber of yam for about 1,500, 2,000, 2,500, depending on the size. I also noticed at the time, tomato and onions became a rarity in the market, that our women started improvising with all sorts of condiments to make the soup remain very, very sweet. But those things are in the market now, onions and tomatoes are in the market now, and they are far cheaper. I think this is a reflection on the inflationary trend that is gradually heading, that is really
Please,
coming down.
where do you buy your tomatoes?
Yeah, very close to my house. Yeah, very close to my house in Muslim. Yeah. That's where I buy the all manner of market in Muslim.
Because the tomato in the market in my own area is more expensive than it was 2 years ago.
Well, I don't know, maybe from market to market. But I can say for my area in Muslim.
So, I think so.
Maybe because there are all sorts of markets in Muslim area.
Exactly.
We tend to get a few of these things cheaper.
Exactly. And of course, someone in your standing will buy in bulk. Exactly. So,
I am a common man like any other person.
No, well, there are grades to this common man, tag. There are grades and levels to it.
I agree. We thank God for what the position in which God has put us in.
Now, Tinubu said that the focus in 2026 will be on consolidating the gains and continue to build a resilient, sustainable, inclusive, and growth-oriented economy. I'm sure a lot of Nigerians will be scratching their head. The growth-oriented economy. When this administration came into power, the naira to dollar, it's 200, at most 250 naira to a dollar. Now it is 1,000, between 1,400 and 1,600. What growth-oriented economy is he talking about? And he said, according to him, Nigerian closed 2025 on a strong note. As despite the policies to fight inflation, it recorded a robust GDP growth each quarter, with annualized growth expected to exceed 4% for the year. Now on the macro economy, on paper, statistically, okay, we get to see a little GDP growth, but on the micro level, where it concerns a lot of ordinary Nigerians, things have been going from bad to worse economically. The local government chairman, the state governors have been smiling to the bank courtesy of a few subsidy, and yet you don't exactly see the huge revenue. You don't see it in terms of infrastructure, and you see the governors keep borrowing. I mean, we even got a news earlier this week of the number of borrowings a lot of the state governments are doing, despite the money coming into the account courtesy of fuel subsidy.
There is no doubt that you have raised some very, very crucial issues in India, some very troubling issues and war, which I think even Mr. President himself has acknowledged on about 2 or 3 occasions or thereabout.
Not in this statement. No, he didn't acknowledge it. I mean, he was upbeat.
Yeah, I think which he has acknowledged this in the past. Okay. That's what I'm saying, not in this speech. Okay. Yeah. You remember that we had a meeting not to some few weeks ago, what we read in the social media is anything to cope with. There were some governors, there were party leaders and war in which he said if the governor don't allow the local government to manage their resources, their money, and then be able to reach to the grassroots and know that he will take the bull by the horn. And I remember reading that he said the governors and all the party leaders to remember that he owes both the knife and the yam, and that he will do the next if they refuse to comply with the decision of the Supreme Court and war. I think that is a form of acknowledgement. There's also a time in which he gave a speech on a death in which he said he admonished the governor to work the ground in their respective states and local governments and war, so that this the bite of inflation, the bite of poverty, and some of the inconveniences and discomfort that our people are going through could be alleviated. I think this is a form of acknowledgement and war. Like you rightly said, I think what is missing from the posture of Mr. President when we appear to make it a political will. The president wants this thing done and all that, but he hasn't really deployed the necessary political way to do the mixing in that area. Long ago, the Supreme Court has taken a chance that money for the local government to be paid directly to them. And not all these joint accounts which the government used to follow with and should be seen as a tax. So now I'm doing the opinion, once the Supreme Court has taken a decision, the president doesn't have to go back to the local government, to the governor, to start appeasing them, to start appealing to them, or to start cajoling them, to let these funds be directly to the local government. All that required to be there for the Attorney General of the Federation to approach the sheriff of the Supreme Court, and the IG of police to take the decision of the Supreme Court and a letter to the CBN governor, instructing them that the Supreme Court has delivered a judgment in respect of this, and that the governor of Central Bank to ask all the local government channels to furnish their bank details and what have it, and that this money should be paid directly to them and all that. But this has not been done. You find Mr. President trying to maneuver and play off with regard to the anti-panty of the government. That has to do with a political way. And the reason for this, I'm sorry to say, may be because the governors are essentially, they are crucial in the 2027 presidential election, because they will mobilize for the president, they will mobilize for the party, they will mobilize even for the House of Reps and the senators and all that. So, if you are not in their good books and all that, and then they withdraw their proposal and all that, chances are that it may affect the fortune of the party in 2027. But the truth of the matter is that the president is a statesman who is a patriot. He should look at the overall interest of the Nigerian people and not the personal ambition, wishes, and vested interest of all the different governments that we have all over the states and world. Because when you look at those governors, are they really governors of their respective states? Most of them are started governors. They don't live in those communities and world. Most of them live from Lagos. Most of them will live from Abuja. Most of them even came from abroad. And because they have money to come and be governors, in society that they don't know again, in society that they don't know what their problems are, and then they became governors in those places, and immediately they finish their governorate and all. They relocate back to their different places in Lagos, in Abuja, in Kaduna and all. So what you have in there, most of them are starting governors that the president should begin to really put pressure on them to do the needful and allow the local government force to get to the local government to be able to finance and then alleviate poverty at the country. Because at the end of the day, nobody will remember that the local government chairman was somewhere there. Nobody will remember that the governor was one day or another. All of them will be talking about the presidency, I mean the Tinubu presidency. Just like we are talking about the Buhari presidency. Just like we are talking about the Jonathan presidency. So, if the president has admitted that he hold the AC, that he has both the yam and the knife in his hand, then he should begin to use the knife now to slice on it, the knife now to slice the yam, and then share it or distribute it or let it get to the local government so that our people can begin to feel better under his regime.
Now, let's take a look at the fiscal discipline and tax reform here, which have got lots of Nigerians riled up. You know, he said here, as inflation and interest rates moderate, we expect increased fiscal space for productive investment in infrastructure and human capital development. We are also confronting the challenge of multiple taxation across all tiers of governments. I commend states that have aligned with the national tax harmonization agenda by adopting harmonized tax laws to reduce the excessive burden of taxes, levies, and fees on our people and on basic consumption. I'm quoting him. Now, this new tax regime have been criticized by lots of Nigerians, from elites to ordinary Nigerians, civil society organizations, you know, oppositions. They've criticized it, especially since the stories emerged that the actual taxing is different from the one that was approved by the National Assembly. Now, the president, one would have expected that he will, as like, okay, let's suspend this tax regime and take a look at the complaints of Nigeria. Let's see if the allegations that we hear that the tax that will be implemented is different from the one that was approved by the National Assembly. Let's solve that allegation and make all the necessary corrections before we continue. But he looks like he has avoided that topic altogether. And of course, in the speech today, he didn't mention those allegations. He didn't mention those concerned situation in the tax. All he just said that the tax will continue, basically saying that the tax will continue as planned. What do you think about that?
Very, very complex issues indeed. Very complex. One of the complexities has to do with 2 or 3 things that you yourself have mentioned. Multiple taxation. You find out the local government will collect taxes, the state will collect taxes, the federal government will collect taxes, the customs will collect taxes and all of it. And the cost authority will collect taxes. Okay?
I said the money less too will come and collect their own taxes.
You have your farm bandits who also collect all manners of taxes, levies, and charges all over the place and all. All these big holes into the income, into the pocket of the average Nigerian person. And then when you add inflation to it, that we have in our hands today and more of it, you will find out that the situation becomes even more and more complex. But one thing also stands out, which you must acknowledge in favor of the government, the level of tax collection and the efficiency in Nigeria today is very, very low for so many reasons. One of the reasons is the fact that, look, the unorganized private sector, petty traders, artisans, and all that, they are so much. They constitute almost about 80% of the Nigerian productive economy. And it is really very difficult to access the incomes of such people and also begin to collect their taxes from them. Most of them too don't even keep back accounts and all that, such that you might not be able to access what they are worth to individuals who has petty trader, who has private business concerns and all that. It would appear to me that the legal state government, the state government, taking some right steps in that direction. You find out now efforts have been made to build shopping malls like Boku, like Shoprite, and all manners of shopping malls all over the city and all that. When you go into those places and all of it, you are going to be paying VAT and some other taxes and all that. With that, the government is able to collect some taxes from some of those places. Only when they are dealing with petty traders all over the place and what have it. The other issues I want to talk about is that we have been happy too much on this taxation thing. The impression I want to give today is that the government is not efficient, the government is not able to provide infrastructure, the government is unable to alleviate poverty, simply because the government is unable to collect enough taxes. And my own opinion, that does not appear to me to be the case. Take for example Lagos State. Lagos State has been a little bit efficient or more efficient compared to the other states of the federation in terms of tax collection. But when you also look at the tax portfolio of Lagos State, for example, it ranks high, if not one of the highest among the states of the federation in Nigeria. So if they have been that efficient with regards to tax collections and what have you, why are they still behind or carrying a very high tax portfolio and what have you? When you also look outside Nigeria and all that, look at the whole of Europe today. The whole of Europe is almost a bankrupt. Some European countries are having budget deficit of as much as 98%. 98% budget deficit. France today is almost bankrupt. Governments have fallen more than 5 times within the last 5 years or thereabout. Greece is unable to balance its account and budget and all. Hungary is one of the poorest nations. Greece is one of the poorest nations in Europe today. And these are countries that are very, very efficient in terms of tax collection. That doesn't have a large informal sector economic base and all that. So why have they not been able to balance their budget? Why are they not doing well? Despite the efficiency of tax collection in some of those places. That is the question this government should be asking and asking the record. After this tax regime settles in, after they begin to collect this tax and all that, and they are still unable to balance their budget. They are still unable to deliver all the promises that they are giving us, and one day begin to collect this tax to be able to give us. What is going to happen? What other lies will they be cooking up to be able to tell Nigerian people with regard to some of the inefficiencies and then the poverty that we see in the land and what have you. For me, taxation is not the end of everything.
The point is Nigerians don't even trust government enough.
Exactly. And you may not be able to stop
the few subsidy too is a case in point where, you know,
exactly.
What infrastructure can we point to apart from the Lagos Calabar elephant project that will probably will probably start coming to fusion in the next 30-40 years. You know what and now every country have some sort of subsidy for its people. Every country, agricultural subsidy, pharmaceutical subsidy, or health subsidy. The only subsidy we used to enjoy in Nigeria is the fuel subsidy, and that is gone. And now you want to tax Nigerians even more. These are some of the issues the president should have addressed in the speech. When you know, considering people have been agitated when it comes to this new tax regime.
You see, just like you said, subsidy is not poison. Subsidy is not poison. There is nothing bad if your economy is doing well. If you have great natural resources, if people are highly productive and all that, and then you begin to subsidize some areas of your existence. Look at India. It used to be a country that was very petroleum resources, and they were using that not just to subsidize their citizens, but also to build more infrastructure, to build more factories that will reproduce further wealth for the comfort of the society. Since they destroyed all of that now, look at the kind of poverty in which the Libyan people have sunk into. They now have to queue for gas, they now have to queue for petrol, housing which was a commonplace in the past has become a reality. It all depends on how you money subsidy. And if you money subsidy very well, it could be a far-reaching, it could have a far-reaching impact on poverty and allegations and war habits. So it is not poison. It's something that we should encourage if we allow people to be more productive and be presently said to be. Okay. Then the subsidy of petroleum that we are talking about, has it really been removed? I think the answer is no.
Exactly. That's even another confusing part of it today. Yes,
look at the spark between Dangote.
Has not been removed.
Exactly. Look at the spark between Dangote and Dangote refinery and then the regulatory authority, which has led to the regulation of some top graphs in the regulatory authority and whatever. And also the regulation that came out, billions or even millions of naira were computed to be paid to the petroleum importers and marketers and distributors all over the place and whatever. If you say you have removed subsidy, why are you still paying all these so-called importers and marketers? For two sums of money, they say it's for distribution of the petroleum product. Now the price of petroleum product will be higher in Sokoto, in Maiduguri and all that. If they are not paying those distributors, they are not paying importers and all that. Those transportation costs and other system costs, storage costs and whatever. So, what subsidy are being removed? We are still paying 40 sums of money. If there was no clash between Dangote refinery and Alhaji Aliko Dangote and the regulatory authority, the government will not know that these sums of money are still being paid for all these so-called marketers, distributors, and importers of petroleum products all over the world. So this idea of subsidy being bad or being policy and all that, in my humble opinion, is a fallacy. Okay. There is no country in the world that doesn't subsidize one thing or the other. The British, they don't subsidize transportation, for example, and all that. They also give food packets, food aid to the indigent people, for the poor people in the society, and all that. In America, too, it's the same thing. When you also look at what is happening in France and all that, they try to build low-cost housing for people, so also in Britain and all that. The reality of life is that just like we Nigeria will always say, all fingers are not equal. All people cannot, different individuals, men, women, cannot be at the same level of productive activity, at the same level of production. Simply because some are more energetic than the other, simply because some are more intelligent than the other, simply because some are more advantageous, are put in an advantageous position when compared to others and others. So if you are going to have a kind of level playing field, at least minimum comfort for the most disadvantaged member of society, then you must have one form of subsidy or better for people to be able to live a decent life.
We have to end it here, Barrister Kolawole. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
That was Tunde Kolawole, a legal practitioner and a current affairs analyst. Okay, it's time for us to open the phone lines. The number to call 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903. You can also call or text us. You can also call the number 0803 692 9933. Again, 0803 692 9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and the WhatsApp line is 081 717 56338. Again, 081 717 56338. Hello.
Solomon Grande.
Yes, so happy New Year. Welcome to VOP.
Yeah.
Tell us in the way you're calling from, please.
My name is Charles, calling from Ikorodu.
Okay,
it's been a while.
Indeed. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Solomon, sometimes, the kind analysts people brought in your station to come and analyze to us in Nigeria. It's like I think maybe sometimes I can. Because, when someone is talking as if maybe we are not in Nigeria. If you say Americans go to Libya, go to this one, when you say the population of all those Arab countries, almost 95% of them, they are all Muslims. And they support themselves in whatever they are doing. But I was there in Nigeria here. If you check the population of the religion groups in Nigeria, we Christians will dominate the Christians, the Muslims. So if America want to come here and help us and fight, yes, they will achieve their goals, because most of us, we the Christians, even non-Christians, but let me just say the Christians precisely, we are against the massacre in Nigeria. So telling us that America goes to this and the rest of it, that is a wrong statement from the pit of air. Okay. I'm telling you the truth. So let's come on, let them not stop whining Nigeria, and don't allow us to come and mislead the intelligent Nigerians. Please. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. Okay, 0700 903 903 903 and 0803 692 9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp 081 717 56338. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP.
Yes, please. My name is Jenny. I'm coming from Ogondo.
Okay, Dennis, go ahead.
I don't know look, not everybody that will be invited in that station. I don't like what that man is saying. How many years now? Where have you been? Why are you? I mean, I didn't hear that man talking all those things. Talking. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, 081-717-56338. Keep the messages coming. That's our WhatsApp line, 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name, where you're calling from, please.
Okay, I'm Chi calling from Sudbury.
Sorry?
I'm Chi calling from Sudbury.
Okay, go ahead.
Because that your guest said everything is fine.
Sorry, you're going to have to call us back. We can hardly hear you. Please call us back. We can't hear you. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. There is nothing to consolidate. His economic policies have created opportunities for fund diversion, which is why the NNPCL was unable to remit 210 trillion naira into the Federation account. I do not believe his statement. They are filled with lies and propaganda. Emmanuel from Lagos. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Okay, talk to us.
Yeah, Mr. Solomon, let me start from right here. You see, the price of raw pepper and tomato 2 years ago, till 5 years still buying it today. I beg you, I'm sorry you're not going to market yourself. Don't let them continue to rip you off. Pepper has gone down seriously. In this about 1.5 years, when you want to cook, during this kind of pepper, you need almost 4,500 to cook a pot of pepper. Today, with 750 or 750, you cook. So don't let anybody disturb you. You see what your guests are saying. This must say the right thing. One see that people will they are just focused on one just the way. They don't want to hear any other thing. Look at what that your guest narrated. He said America will not come down from up. They can help you to bomb, but they could not come down to come and do it their infantry to come and they not allow their infantry to come to Nigeria and begin to fight their foot soldiers to come down. They say if they fight, if they come down, if they suffer for a casualty, they are the opera in America. That's what the man say. And in inside the country, they are afraid. Libya, Afghanistan, Syria, everything. Where they have gone afraid. Is it not true? Why is it that they don't want to hear anything? The only thing they want to hear is whatever they under their bed and call radio station. What is meaning of this? Can't they listen and look at what you're inherited everything? America will not come down to send their infantry to come and help Nigeria. All we have to do, as we are helping us from war, our military will now make a backup. Immediately they bomb it, the division began to be Nigeria to move in. That's what the man says. So why they castigating him? I think all they want to just say, oh no, it's so big. That's the only thing. Anybody that don't talk anything as well, it's their enemy. Is that how to win people?
Okay.
That's not how to win people.
Thank you.
Why are they not intelligent?
Thank you. Good afternoon, Solomon. This is from Chima Surulere. I have no iota of confidence in a statistical figure on inflation. In many cases, prices of goods are still terribly high, at times 5 times more than what was obtainable before this regime. For instance, pharmaceutical products, where there is a fall in price, it is very marginal. I therefore cannot see where approximately 15% came about. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
My name is Abjeli, calling from Peter Alapere.
Okay, go ahead.
Happy New Year.
Same to you, sir.
Yeah, I just called to say Happy New Year. I don't have time. I want to change my ideology this year. This is another year. In Nigeria, they make me today. And that's it, because all we have been saying, no changes. So we just have to be praying. So this year, I'm very sure there's going to be a lot of politicking this year than last year, because next year is the election. So we should not expect any governance this year. It's just politics this year. So that's it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Happy New Year, VOP. Anyone that's against USA intervention in Nigerian security is an enemy of Nigeria. When government is playing with the lives of people for 15 years without solution, USA is not a failed country as we are. They can't miss their target as Nigerian Air Force do and kill innocent people in the north. We need the help from the USA and other countries at this critical time. Adoche from Satellite Town. Thank you. Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I called you earlier. Okay. I mean, the guest that you had, that you have, he was saying that the price of foodstuffs are whatever because he mentioned yam and tomatoes and I think pepper.
Hmm.
So I don't know by how much or by what is the margin and how much we were buying all those things before this government came into power. For them to start to boast or to start to use it as something that you have to celebrate that the price of foodstuffs have come down. Bearing in mind the minimum wage and how difficult things are for nearly everybody in this country. And then you are saying that has it come down to how it used to be affordable before? Even if it comes down, the margin is not that much, and maybe it's just a seasonal something because we are in the rainy season or what, I don't know. But it has not really been, there's no, apart from that area, other items in the other essentials in the market, maybe every other thing, both your bills, the bills you pay, NEPA, the bills have not come down, nothing has come down actually. Electronics or furniture, they are all the same. And again, someone that is saying that America coming to Nigeria, they have to come to the ground and start to mop up and do all those things. These people are coming to assist. Everybody have seen that terrorists have overwhelmed the army or the government, and our government actually said that they are working with them. So if they can go into the, because we never knew that these people are at that area where they are bombed. We thought maybe the terrorists are maybe in the middle belt and all that, all those areas. But these people have the intelligence of, they know the source, they know the sponsor source of these things, and it's not really those guys in the bush that are the problem. You understand? And that's why sometimes it becomes difficult for the government to be able to go after those big wigs, So if they can be able to bomb those areas, then the soldiers, our own soldiers should go in, the soldiers can go in there and start to mop up using intelligence that the Americans are going to provide for them. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
And the issue of the taxes, the issue of the taxes that they're talking about, people like you are taxing the people, and we are not seeing any, the benefits are not there. We're not seeing any improvement in anything. We're not seeing any there's nothing that we are seeing. You're taxing the people, the only thing we see is that you spend a lot of money. You buy a yacht, you buy SUVs for the people in the legislature, all of them, you buy for the tax, pay the tax, cannot even see anything. I mean, look at the fires that happened everywhere.
Okay,
There is accidents and everywhere.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap up, but I don't know what will come up and start to tell us.
Thank you.
All of us are.
Thank you. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Fem. Happy New Year. Your analyst today is just clueless. Please, you guys shouldn't. Okay, Kachi from Ikotun. Thank you very much, Kachi. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I'm happy to hear your voice. May God bless you during the year in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yeah, brother, I want to comment on certain issues. Not with the tax, but I want to say something. We have a round hole. We have a square hole. We are taking the square peg to put in a round hole, and we're taking the square stick to put in a round hole. How do we think it can work? We know where the problems are coming from, insurgency and all this. When you call for people to use stations, some of them we know them, but the food we shall know them. The comment they make sure that they are supporting the government in trading with life of people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mary from Okiafa, please, I'm not clear about tax narration. If buy anything or any transaction, will you put in narration? Please, they should deliberate more on this narration. Okay, thank you, Mary. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year.
Solomon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name, where you're calling from, please.
Okay, my name is Oche. I'm calling from Ogba in Lagos, please.
Okay, Oche, go ahead, sir.
Please, this your analyst that you brought to the studio. Today. Please, I would not want such person to come to this studio again, because
the way the man is talking is not the way that Nigerians want to hear. You understand me? Sometimes when some people are talking, I don't know whether if they reason at all before they talk. You understand me? Because a man, the tuber of yam they are buying 6,000 naira. If you want to buy a tuber of yam, the biggest one, if you want to buy it now, you have to budget like 6K. You understand? Rice, you want to eat a better rice now, the clean rice, the one that looks the foreign one is about 70 something thousand. You understand me? But how can he say that a bag of rice is something thousand, and then the tuber of yam is 1,500 naira? Why is he saying like that? Sometimes all these APC people, I don't know the way the angles they look at things. You understand me? So at times, sometimes when they are talking, you need to shut them up because they don't know what they are saying. You understand me? So that is it.
Thank you.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, here.
Hello.
We're here.
Okay. And talking about Donald Trump bombing Sokoto State is not end for that. President of Israel is still coming. He's still coming up. You understand me? According to 12 o'clock news today, I think he also talk about that. You understand me? They should not worry. Those people that involved in this insecurity in this country, they are going to see something that they have never seen before. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, Happy New Year, King Solomon. I have not been listening to VOP since Christmas Day because the tanker explosion affected our power supply. On the President's New Year message, it is an insult to Nigerians to give us message from unknown destination. Anyone that is believing in this message will be disappointed because this president has nothing to offer. I believe he dropped that message in advance before he jet out to God knows where. Okay. He also said it is a complete lie. The price of pepper has gone up. That's John from Ijaniki. Thank you very much, John. Hello.
Hello, Solomon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us the name.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Same to you, sir.
I wish all the best. My name is James Agasi. I'm calling from Aragagu, Badagry.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Please, Solomon, VOP is a lovely station which everybody love it. I know that some people is opportunist to come there and analyze. And then when they analyze, they can be better than 250 million Nigerians. So at least when you're analyzing something, let people, at least some people love what you're analyzing. You can't analyze it because you think you are the best. You are not the best. We are intelligent Nigerians out there who is even better analyze issues more than those people that you call there. You cannot come here and tell us that this is the season of food. This is rainy season. This is the season of food. Rice, even yam, cocoyam, potato, and other things. Even tomato. This is the season. You can't use this season to tell us that things are cheap. Things are cheap here. Like I'm living in Badagry. Rice is 50-something thousand. Then before you reach Lagos, it's 70-something thousand. You see, you can't use it to compare. It's those people outside there. We are opportunity because we are in the border to get it cheap. And more you go, more it's more costly. From Lagos now, you get it cheap. From you go to the east, you get it more higher. You can't use it to analyze because you buy it in Badagry. I say things are cheap because I'm opportunity to be in Badagry, get it cheap because I'm close to the border. Please, Nigerians. Everybody is angry about the situation on Nigeria. You cannot APC give you small money and you come here and fooling Nigerians. We are not fools. We are not fools. We are angry so much. Day by day we are getting angry. I'm telling you, it's really annoying. It's really annoying. Thank you, and God bless you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Hello. Welcome to VOP.
Hello,
Tell
good
us the name. Welcome to VOP.
Sir Solomon.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, sir. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
Hello?
Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, Solomon.
Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Looks like you can't hear me.
Please, everybody in this studio, let everybody be entitled to his opinion. You're me speaking. Nobody should abuse anybody. it has, I don't know, anybody that does not align with them, they will just be abuse that person. It's very wrong. And then you the mandate very well. Everybody know that price of things coming down now. Rice, everything is coming down, even flowers. At least nobody should be abusing anybody. Let everybody entitled to his opinion. Let it talk. Whatever you like, you say. Not that you don't be abusing anybody without any.
Okay. Let's see if we can read some messages. Good afternoon, VOP. Anyone that is against America helping Nigeria is an enemy of this country. Anyone that says that food stuff is coming down is not a good person, and you people should know the kind of person that you bring. Okay. Great Nigerian house burns and stock a lot of people, and Tinubu was in Lagos, and all he does is to travel abroad. Very bad. Mr. Fred from Lagos. Thank you very much, Mr. Fred. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, it's Thomas. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Big Joe from Alaba.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. See, I don't know how people is taking in this country. I don't know how this APC people is taking this country. Somebody, even the last person that talked to you now, you say food is coming down. What is coming down? I'm dealing with flour. Which flour is coming down? Flour is my business. Eh? These APC people, they just want to cut out the country. Tell me this one coming down, this one coming down. Which one is coming down? Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Solo. Okay, let's see if we can pick this call. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Solomon, finest boy.
Good afternoon, thank you for joining us.
AP calling from Ekpe.
Oh, the APC man. Go ahead, talk to us.
VOP, we should calm down. See, we that you are supporting, we don't know the government.
Are you sure
they
you don't know? Are you sure?
At times, I have to squeeze myself to buy cards.
Are you sure about that?
But there are some things we see. You understand? Don't say because we call and support the government that we are collecting money. Well, that's an insult, please. The government does not give anybody money. Are you getting me? There are some things
you won't blame Nigerians for thinking that.
There's no Nigerians, but we are seeing some kind of measure of development that is happening now. Just like some people say, yes, since rice is not the amount they used to sell it before, they sell it now. Formerly 80,000, 90,000, but now you can buy bag of rice 60,000. The same thing with flour. If we see something, let's forget this man. I don't know why we are even thinking about him in Nigeria. Nigeria of today. Somebody, you did not do anything in your state as governor. I want to be president. Am I in Nigeria? Am I alive for goodness sake?
I think you're not being truthful there. You're not being truthful there. You're talking about. Hello, AB, can you hear me? Hello, AB.
Is that what you are saying?
Sorry, I'll have to. You obviously can't hear me. Hello. 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 What is going on? Hello.
Solomon, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Happy New Year.
Same to you, sir. I'm
Ekusbi from Mapeluku.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, this AG that called now said that rice is 60,000. I remember in time of good luck 2015, I bought a bag of rice for 8,000, and I bought 5 bags for 40,000. Then I did my marriage, my cultural marriage, and my white wedding. With 40,000, I bought 5 bags of rice. Today, can 40,000 give somebody one bag of rice? They come here and they tell us something has gone down. Rice is 60,000 now. Before it's 80,000, now it's 60,000. How much when PDP was there? These people have failed, but they don't want to accept that they have failed. I don't know. These people have suffering that DNA. Even when they are suffering, they are still happy. I don't know. This country, the best thing is to divide, let everybody go its own. That's the best thing we do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Read some. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon, and Happy New Year to you. Fidelis from Okota. Please, Solomon, whether things are going down or not, APC should not confuse us. And this allegation concerning this tax issue must be looked into before talking of any tax issue. Nigerians are not fools because of once. Let's resist. For once, let's resist Mr. President in his way of governance. Thanks. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Happy New Year. My name is Hope.
Same to you. Okay, Hope. Go ahead, sir.
So I can remember when Jonathan is ruling, rice was 2004-5. I used to sell food. It was Uncle Ben, all these long grade, you will see 8.5. All these small rices, 4-5, 5,000 a bag. And somebody will come and be telling me rice is now 60,000. They're not ashamed of themselves. Every time you want to come to radio and start telling me about Obi this, Obi that. Are you not ashamed of what's going on in this country? I will sleep and wake up with heat, full of heat. I want to suffocate inside my house and I will pay the part bill. I'm paying for what I'm not using. I will not ashamed. I will not using our common sense. What is wrong with us in this country? This is New Year, please. I don't want to talk.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's see. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome to VOP.
The Solomon.
Yes, so tell
Happy
us.
New Year. How's everything?
Same to you. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Tell us your name.
Please. Yomi on the line.
Okay, Yomi, go ahead.
Please, I want to ask one question. The surface that the people that say rice is 60,000, that surface they rendered that 5 years ago, it's the same money they are collecting now. So then they render surface. Well, is the salary the same now with that price they are collecting that 10 years ago they are talking about? Everywhere, meaning Nigeria know that food is coming down now. And then we want it to go down more.
I'm sorry, food is coming down where? Where is the food coming down? Which heavenly market are you guys going that are saying food stuff is coming down? Because I also go to that market
or
too.
You go to Kyoto.
Hello?
Have you ever been to my 12 market?
So where I live, the transport fare to have to go to my 12 markets.
So at least you go to the main market. If you are to buy market from all these vendors, they can sit you.
Will you remember that? Do you remember that 4 years time I can go to any market I want to, and the price is almost the same thing. I don't need to pay transport 2,000, 3,000 naira transport to main market just because I want to buy something slightly cheaper than my neighborhood.
It depends what you want to buy. At least you want to buy food in a month, at least like you now salary, and if you collect your salary, I expect you to go to where you can get the price of things safe. Not to be listening to what they are saying already. Just go there, go and buy. My wife went to the my 12 market, bought 2 yam for 1,500.
2 yam for? Come on now, okay.
Yes, 1,500.
Which kind of? Come on.
Because you are because
come on.
I know. Let me tell you something.
I also buy the same yam. It's like you guys travel to heaven to buy this yam.
This is wait. Let me talk. I know this season is opposition session.
No. I reject that notion. No, we give everyone space to.
You give everybody, but you have at least.
We give everyone space to have their opinion.
At least I believe maybe this does not belong to Obi because we want people are saying, and then if people come. At least instead of them to have a superior reporter, they'll be attacking the analyst or anybody that say contrary to their opinion. We're in Nigeria, everybody's entitled to his opinion. Nobody should attack anybody.
Okay, thank you.
It's very wrong.
Thank you very much.
Very wrong.
Okay, let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is Usman from Agopala.
Okay, Usman, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, the caller that called that said when he did his marriage some years ago, he bought a 4 bag of rice at 60,000 for the 4 bags of rice. Compared to current price now that we are talking.
He said 40,000.
Okay, 40,000 then. Now, the bride price is paid that time with the current bride price. The bride price now is not being determined by the government. The bride price is paid that time with the bride price of now. Is it the same thing?
Bride price.
Is it the same thing?
What are you talking about? He is talking about price in the market. You're now bringing a woman.
We are talking. Is the same thing? You are comparing price.
No. We are talking about price of commodity. Are you calling his wife commodity?
We are calling. Is the same thing. We are talking about. Okay, then the salary, the take home as at that time with the take home of now. Is it the same thing?
The naira to dollar. Was it the same thing? The naira to dollar. Then 1,000 as against 50 naira, 60 naira. You can even earn 3,000 naira salary and do something good.
Please, let us be realistic.
With the 1,500 naira per dollar, even if you're earning 100 naira as a minimum wage, what would that do? Is what we are talking about here. So if you want to analyze, look at different angles.
The price of people are going down. Then now, clap for demand. Is this fair?
Sorry,
it's not fair. Let us be realistic.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think it's time for us to go. Let me read one or two messages and it will be time for us, because me too, I need to go out and spend my new year. I can't spend the whole of my day here. Okay, let's go. APC supporters from Ekpe, you said you do not know this government yet to speak is in its defense. The truth is that the present administration thrive on propaganda rather than transparency and accountability. Emmanuel from Lagos. Good afternoon. Please, VOP should be professional. People should not call and keep creating ethnic bias. Please moderate with sincerity. Yomi from Lagos. My name is Edward Ejituru from Ikotu. That bobo that said flour is coming down. Which flour is coming down? The boy called Ebi that called that bag of rice is 60k. Was that 60k the price we're buying bag of rice in the past? It's so unfortunate. Some people just enjoy the way the country is going. You do know that some average Nigerians earn 60k as salary. Is bad. Some their salary has not changed. Okay. Let's see. Good afternoon, Mr. Souls. Happy New Year to you. Please, VOP, this is a station I love listening to, but when I hear some people like this, I begin to think if these people don't have children to think of, think of their children's future. See, if I like eating pounded yam at this period, but can only get a small yam for 3,000 naira. It's not funny. Mommy Samuel from Ayobo. Thank you very much, Mommy Samuel. Mr. Yomi, this your new year 1,500 for two tubers of yam. You fully laugh, Abi. I also laughed when I heard it. Good afternoon, VOP. Please tell those men that they should bring that their APC yam to my place. Let me buy. Solomon from Ikeja. Okay. Hope that 2 pieces of yam for 1,000. People can be funny. It's a new year. We want cerebral contributions on VOP. Nicholas. Okay. It is time for us to go. I need to go. I'm tired. Okay, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your contributions. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Again, I do sincerely apologize. We have some technical issues, so we couldn't exactly play some of the things, signature tunes and all that. But the show must go on. So we just marshal on. The technical crews, technical crew is trying their best behind the scene to make sure everything is back on track. So I'll be back tomorrow at 1:30. The program is Matters. Our station is Voice of the People, VOP 90.3 FM. You can follow me on IG at Solofem1 SOLOF. Oh God. SOLOFEM figure 1. Solofem1 on IG and Solofem on Twitter or X. See you again tomorrow. I am Solomon of Happy New Year.